All right. Should have been on. Is it plugged in? All right. Make sure you can hear me. You can. Sweet. All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the Stream Many Things. My name is Wheeler. I'm your host for tonight, and we are mini painting and chilling tonight, per usual. Before we do, I got a few quick things to get out of the way. One, if you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing or donating to our fundraiser for Planned Parenthood. If you have an Amazon Prime account, don't forget that you can subscribe to one free Twitch account per month. You just have to re-up it with your Twitch Prime. We would appreciate if that was us. Follow us on our socials at StreamMT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Or you can follow me at Wheeler's Minis on pretty much everything. Follow us on... Sorry, if you'd like to see what is in stock on my store, the minis that I paint, some of which you can go to www.wheelersminis.com and see what's in stock. Other than that, if you could go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there, it is free to subscribe on YouTube. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's it. I might be going back and forth between some things because I'm doing a couple of work things that don't involve me painting for the time being. So if I step away for a second, that is why, just to let you know. That's it. We can go ahead and get started. I've got a few things I can work on. I did get this all wet. So these are the Mage Hunters that I was working on previously. I've got more that I have to do for commission. So I'm going to go ahead and just get some paint on them. And we're probably just going to work on a bunch of stuff today, but we'll see how the episode goes before I make a promise on that. But yeah, it should just be a bunch of stuff that I've finally been able to work on because I picked up some surface primer. Even though I was supposed to have the other surface primer that I got on Monday, it never showed up. So I ended up having the ability to go to a local craft store and pick some up, which was very helpful. So as soon as I got that in, I was able to kind of start some work on getting some minis that had previously not been primed. And now the work may continue. But yeah. So I've already painted some of these Mage Hunters. Or sorry, I already painted one of these Mage Hunters, I should say, because I've definitely only painted one other one. But I wanted to get some work done on them and make sure that I use all the paint that I have on the palette for it, because I'm running low on one of the colors that I mixed. So I want to make sure I maximize the amount of paint I'm getting. But I should be getting more paint soon. Which is exciting. But yeah, like I said, just wanted to get these done. Yeah, just getting some color on these is going to be nice because then I can start working on some of these specifics. Luckily, this one primed really well and also like picked up the prime job I did on it really, really well. So hopefully that assists a little bit. In painting it moving forward. Things, but I definitely got most of it, which is good. Picked up some nice fluorescent pink too that I want to work with a bit. First I gotta put the actual color on. I just don't remember what colors I used for certain aspects of it. Oops. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. I think that's everything. The fluorescent pink will only be for goodness gracious. Only be for highlights. Just gotta remember where it is. Pretty sure the tan is what we used mixed with something. I remember this stuff comes out pretty thick. Yep.
Come on. Got 2 of these to work on that are kind of in the same state, so they should take about the same amount of time to get done. Maybe we'll get them done tonight, who knows? Sorry, I'm doing that thing again where I paint off screen. Got a little bit of pink on the back of the head, that's okay, because I can just go over it. But I am just trying to be as careful as possible. Except apparently when I'm touching it. You also got to be aware of where your fingers are when you're painting. Usually the way painting handles help, I just don't have something that's going to be big enough to hold this. I mean, that's not entirely true. I definitely have something that might fit it, but I feel like I'd just rather be hands-on with this so I can see it a little better.
Look at this stuff. Doesn't that just look like a little... It might be hot.
It's very good. Oh! Hot.
What?
Hot.
It just fucking finished. Is it good though? Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey! Thank you for joining, and thank you for donating as well. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. And yes, good old Pink, getting it on these mage hunters that I'm doing for a commission. Sorry, I'm like doing like 6 different things at once right now, so give me 1 second. I will be right back. Ah, the glory of children. Well, I appreciate it. Alright. Some, Alright. Ooh, that's not good. When I touch the brush to the mini and it is so hard that it doesn't actually do anything. Take some of that. That's too watery. But that might not be a bad thing. Because it will get me an even coat all the way through. Which is just what I need. Why are you closing down? I'm doing something. Literally watching the stream on my phone. Close my phone. How rude. Yeah, I got some new fluorescent pink paint that I'm excited to use specifically for this because it'll be a highlight and it'll be really, really bright pink. So, it'll be fun. Oh, next paycheck I am upgrading my paint station, so that's fun. Yeah, I'm going for a bit of a nicer setup just because like I've got this stuff obviously you can see like right here. But I'm going for like a really, really nice setup because it's, you know, it's my workstation. I want it to look good and I want to be able to like, you know, have the way that I want things to be set up done. So the company that I'm going after does like really, really nice like wood paint racks, which is kind of what I've been on the hunt for anyway. So I'm going to do some of those. And in addition, once I start doing the con circuit a little bit more, I'm actually going to get one of their portable paint stations to start taking to cons with me. So bunch of fun stuff to look forward to on the horizon as the website starts to pick up a little bit. Every con I've gone to so far, I've gotten a commission from, so trying to stay on top of things. Okay, what's next? Got the little underside pieces I can do, but I really want to make sure that I get these tendrils done because they're going to be glowy. I want to make sure that there's not any like shadow on them. Which is funny because I put the color on them that's usually used for shadow. The bottom isn't as important, but it's a commission piece, so I want to make sure that I get everything uniform, or at least close to. So yeah, but the next piece I'll do is the gums and like the inner workings of the body. Just have to remember what colors I did. These are specifically Magic the Gathering Mage Hunters, which the person who commissioned these from me was telling me about them. They're terrifying, like absolutely terrifying. I'm pretty sure I did a mix of like I did a mix of tan and something, I think. Yeah, so the reference, because I like getting reference photos for commissions just because I want to know exactly what the person's looking for. So the reference photos that he gave me were very like, I don't know what the best way to put it is. Like they had this, their tendrils were like purplish pink, so. But I wanted to capture that essence. All right, I did tan, but like there's, it's like this weird amalgamation. Did I mix it with the, did I mix this with it? I don't think I did. Because I feel like this, yeah, this is not the color that I want. It definitely needs some more like, oh, I mixed, that's what I did. As I'm saying, literally, I think I mixed some red in with it. Idiot. If there's any red left. That's the other thing too. I'm getting new paints in soon, which I'm super excited about because paints I have are starting to dry up and I'm running out of them. Whoops. Mix some red in there, and then it's still missing something. I don't remember if I put pink in there or not. I don't think I did, because that would make it too red, or rather too light. I've been painting with Army Painter pretty much exclusively since I started painting, but I've started to pick up kind of the trends on things. So like when it comes to speed paints, like there's contrast colors for Citadel, there's the Vallejo speed or express colors, and there's the Army speed paints. I prefer the speed paints for the quick ones. But for regular colors, I really have been enjoying the Vallejo line, which is actually the company that I picked up the stuff from. For washes, I really like the Citadel washes just because, in my opinion, they're better than most of the washes that I've come across. But yeah, so those are the ones that I use. And then for metallics, I picked up scale 75 metallics because I heard that they were the best on the market. So I was just trying to expand my, you know, the paint selection that I had. So yeah, just a little bit of everything. And I think that's like, everyone has the preferred. Like I don't like saying that one is like better than the other, because there are people who like live or die by painting with Citadel. Um, and I just don't like Citadel's paints, but that's a preference, you know? Some people love them and think that they're incredible. I just, in my personal opinion, don't. maybe a little bit of yellow. I don't know. I'm just fucking futzing around right now. There's so much paint. All right, cool beats. I can get rid of that. Let's see if this does what I want it to. Yeah, there's already so much paint on here that it's like... that is actually kind of doing what I want it to. That's nice. What I'll probably do is I'll use that color as kind of like the highlight color, and use just this color right here as the basis, which I actually don't need to use this brush because this brush is too big for it. Yeah, Pearl Krill's really good too. Again, it's just like, it's what's available. That's the biggest thing. Like, I love Vallejo paints, but there are not many places that I can pick them up from. I order a lot of my stuff online, which, like, luckily getting into the hobby recently has granted a lot of people the ability to just kind of get straight into things because they haven't had to worry a lot about specifically like getting paints and such. So
it makes perfect sense for you to wait as you are painting, but you should eat it as the crispiness of the tofu will slowly diminish.
I'll eat it. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll eat it. I appreciate it. Thank you, baby.
No worries. Love you.
I love you. Do you still want to go to the gym tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. And that's always nice too when you can grab stuff off of someone who is retiring from the hobby, because like it just makes things that much easier on you. I actually think I did the gums a little bit more purple on the other one, but that's okay. I like a little bit of diversity in my minis. And getting some of this on there is nice because it gives me the ability to see what it looks like. And I do actually kind of like the way that it looks, so. Yeah, actually basing is something that I've started to get into a lot recently, as you well know, because I sent you the wild shape pack. But like, I've been trying to get more into making sure that my bases are more dynamic, because they're just, it's not like, no offense to WizKids because they make amazing models, but I need a little bit more flavor, you know, instead of just a black base. So I've been getting into making sure that the bases that I make are definitely like a bit more oomph than usual. I remember when I did that green dragon for you, I wanted to know where the party was going to run into it, because I wanted the base to match, because like for commissions like these, I usually just make the base match the match like the pieces here, or what it looks like on the base that it came with. But yeah. I also specifically based the color scheme of those off of wildlife that would be found in your area. I looked up like wolves and things that would be found in your area and based the color scheme off of it. Not that D&D players or characters would know what New England is, but, you know, you will.
Price both crunchier than normal because I added some TVP to it to like add to the meal. You can't taste the TVP at all, but the rice tastes a little bit under. I just wanted to
Okay. Thank you. Hey. One person's unused mini in one campaign is another TPK in another campaign, so... I try to plan ahead, and I will push my players as much as I possibly can to go towards something, especially if I've had it planned for a while. But if they don't go to it, oh well. I have a really cool mini that I painted then. Alright, I'll take a second after I get this color on to eat the food my lovely wife made me. And get back to it, but I just wanted to get some of this color on there. Because that kind of yellowish tone is more of what I was going for. I didn't really do that on the first model that I gave him. And luckily, as soon as I'm done, I can take some of the chitinous color and just go like over the top of it. Oh, I completely missed that guy's jaw. That's crazy. Okay, cool. I'll have to do that too. I'll do that real quick as well. But this is more the color of the reference photo, like this kind of like pale tan with a bit of red and purple in it. So I'm glad I could get that a little bit more apparent. And then do that over this part. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. You just gotta kind of move the plot forward at the expense of some of the things that you got, so. With big boss battles like that, I tend to make it so that the party kind of almost in a way has to show up to them. Just to make sure that, you know, especially if I put money into minis for it, just making sure that they actually show up to it is a little bit important. Yeah, and that's always the fun thing too, especially when you have like the players that I have in my was Tuesday now Monday campaign are all like experienced players, so they all know things pretty well by the book, which can be annoying at times, but it also makes it more of a challenge for me, because then I can make up cool things to throw at them and surprise them with, which is one of my favorite things to do, especially because 2 of my 5 players have been DMs for me before and are constantly asking for advice on specific things. We just kind of have like a whole group chat dedicated to asking each other questions specifically about D&D. So, all right, I'll pause there so I can pink was there, you were there, so I can eat some food. And then next up, I will grab it just in case. I'm gonna do bone white and then stuff I already have. So. Yeah, it's very helpful. We're all very open with each other about our ideas, and it's always fun because sometimes I'll have them like message me specifically about something that like I used in the game that I DM them for, and they're like, "How did you come up with that?" And it really is fun. It sparks really good conversation, and it breeds a lot of creativity. So it's fun. It's like a great brainstorming session, because like someone might have an idea and then you like backpack off of that, and then they backpack off of you, and then you like before you even know it, you're discussing like a world that you came up with together. That is the one issue. I can't really bounce ideas off of them because they're in my game, but it's starting to wind down and we're getting to the end of it, which is nice because like I'll be able to bounce ideas off them again, which isn't necessarily like griping on the players that I have now, because I love all of my players. It's just, it's nice to get like opinions of people who have been DMing for, you know, a few years. And professionally for kids. Ugh. No worries. I'll just be eating for like the next probably till about 6:30 my time, so 8:30 your time. They're the best. I don't have any, unless you count my 4 snakes, 3 cats, 4 geckos, tarantula, and 6 rats. little bit of that. Excuse me. Get some nice teeth coloring on. Oh. It's because I'm quiet. I'm quiet like mouse. In house for Christmas time. You know? No. But yeah, these things are fucking terrifying. I haven't been able to look up their stat block yet, but the idea is like, I think basically they have the ability to just like sniff out magic users and like stun lock them. Now for the color of the tongue. I think we're gonna do the mix of this with some red. Still want that base color in there, but I want it to have a little bit more red to it. Yep. He handed me the models and he was like, so I'm running a game this Sunday. I don't know if you can get this done by then. And I was just like, do you know me? You don't, but like, yes, I can get at least one of these done for you. So I got one of them done. I know I paint fast for some people's standards, but like I like the work that I do. And if I'm happy with it, then I assume the person who's buying it from me will be too. Oh. Yeah. As someone who plays a lot of Magic casters, that does not sound like a good time to me. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I was a big dummy. First time I ever played D&D, I played a wizard. Taught me how to learn spells real quick. what Honey likes playing. Honey likes playing rogues, but they are also getting into the idea of playing spellcasters, which is exciting. That's pretty much everything on there. So now what we're going to do is go back over with the base color. Just to kind of clean up anything that might have accidentally gotten too much. Because one of the things he did say when I gave him to the last one was he does like the kind of undercarriage to show a little bit. So I'm gonna make sure that he at least has a little bit of that showing. Because these are like bug-like creatures, so I want to make sure that that chitinous aspect is still there. But definitely like here, do a little bit of the just over it. Not so much to kind of dilute it and get rid of it, but enough to where it actually still shows through fairly well. So I'm just kind of doing a light dry brushing on this to make sure that I still get that color kind of where it is, but in a way that is tasteful and not overpowering. Like if you turn it up, you can see it, but also you can kind of see it from the top. That's what I'm going for. And then I'm leaving the bottom as is. I'll probably go over that with like a flesh shade or something. Oh, but now I can start working on some of the details. Take a little bit more pink. Oh, I did miss the back of that guy's head, but that's okay. A little bit more pink here to kind of get that done. Some of this. There's going to be a small amount of pink kind of on the head too, just because they are going to glow. So I'll probably do like a light dry brushing of the pink on some spaces to really kind of give that idea that it's glowing. But for now, that will be good. Goodness gracious. Right, what do you need? Need that color, but lighter. Adding more purple, that's what I said I was going to do. Yeah, I need a little bit more than that. Like I said, I'm running out of colors. This one is done. I don't think I have any more left of that. So let's just hope that this is enough. I luckily don't need too much of it. Because it is going to be a brush over. with it, which is not that bad of a thing. Just because I don't have any more paint. I have a different purple, but I think it's a little darker or lighter. It's clogged. It is a little lighter. That's fine. That just means I'll add more. Oh, more of this then. This is just kind of bringing some more of the color out so it has a little bit of dynamicism to it, because I just want to make sure that it's not stagnant and it's coloring. Yeah. Woo! It's no issue. Trust me, I know how that can be. So let's see how fluorescent is fluorescent. That is barely fluorescent.
take some of the pink, mix it into darken it a bit. My goodness. This stuff is very bright. I'm only doing a little bit on the bottom. Some of these will get white on top of them to kind of help drive home that idea that they are glowing. Like just like a line of probably white mixed with that to really drive the glowing aspect home. I kind of like the weird like shift it kind of has to some of them. I think it adds like a nice little like addition. But yeah.
And then actually, since they're that pink, what I'll probably do is take some of the pixie dust pink and use that. We're gonna be raising it until it's done. Because I've been using Twitch's charity function. But yeah. I haven't heard anything super, super bad about them recently, so we're kind of sticking with them for the time being. They're also just the one I know the most about, so. But yeah, basically until we get all of the money. I did. It was delicious. Yes, but when we get back from the gym. Because it's a leg day today, so. Alright, so in order to get that kind of glowy feeling, what I'm doing now is literally just like lightly dry brushing the pink in places where the light would touch it. So like back here. Although it is kind of more purplish. So maybe I should add some of this in. Brighten it up. Oop. Get that sense that it's kind of like glowing by painting a little bit of that color onto the mini itself. Show that it's glowing, but yeah. I'm gonna do too much. Just enough to where it kind of gets the point across. And then I'll actually take some of this, mix it with some red. And that'll give me a good, nice top for the tongue. Yo, Billy, what's up? Just getting these Mage Hunters completed and worked on. Lots of pinks. And then I do have to do the bases as well. But... As if it's not fluorescent enough already. Gonna add some white. And that pink is going to be our highlight for this. Same thing on here. Hell yeah. Streaming D&D again. I love it. I want to see what pure white would look like.
Alrighty. Missed some. I don't even know what time it is. I don't even care. Actually, I think I just like that the way it is. Okay, and then take some weight. That. Oh. Oh. Oh, good. Finally, some peace and quiet. See, but as you say that, it's probably going to start back up again. I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm trying to unjinx it by realizing that by saying that, you probably jinxed it. Now, all we need is... almost out of the old formula stuff. Ooh. Just need a little bit of flesh shade. On the teeth. A little bit of flesh shade on the teeths. And then go back over those with bone. Bring the color back out. Use this one as an experiment if I want to do it on all the fleshy bits or not. I don't think I do. But we'll see. Hey, hell yeah. Upgrading spaces, I love it. I'm in the, not same boat, but I'm in a similar boat. Okay, just gonna do it. Put brown back in there. Just on the mouth bits though. Alright, and while that dries, I can focus on the base. Don't need any more of you. You're empty. We're gonna go. No. Yep. Oops. I think think I did. I think I did Dungeon Stone for that one. Hold on. I can find where my Dungeon Stone is.
It's up there. Ah.
The only problem is I was not given the base for one of these. So by that I mean I wasn't given the good old WizKids black piece. Alright, same one for this one. Your game table, though, sounds like a lot of fun, no matter which one it is. Right. Where the fun begins. By that, I mean this is where I find out if any of these pieces are not firmly patched. Now you could be saying, why don't you just get gray ballast? You would be a smart person. Because I could just get gray ballast, but I don't have any. So I may do with what I had. Not really getting the... I don't know why I'm being flimsy with this. I literally already sealed it. Okay, I just need more paint on the brush. Speaking of, did you guys watch the D&D Direct thing today? Looked pretty good. I do say so myself. You, my sir, are complete. And now to focus. Yeah, the video should still be up on D&D's. It's only a 30-minute video, which I realize is a lot. But it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. Mostly about the movie, obviously, because it's coming out next week. But there are some pretty cool little things in there about stuff that we got teased at last year's D&D Direct, or whatever the last D&D thing that happened was. So, highly recommend checking it out. Something that they already announced. I'm really excited about Big B's Glory of the Giants, I think is what it's called. I love giants. I think they're awesome. And I definitely want more lore about them. Other than that, though, I was really excited about the update on a time frame for D&D's personal virtual tabletop. They've got beta for it coming out at the end of this year, which is a lot quicker than I was expecting, which means they've been working on it longer than I thought they had been. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about those two things. Obviously, they glossed over all of the OGL stuff, which makes sense. Trying not to bring attention to it's probably a good thing, but I thought that it was good. I didn't mind it. Oh. Yeah. The two hosts ended up playing a game with someone. So it was really cool. I personally enjoyed it. They didn't really have anything in the along the lines of like minis coming out, like they did. What was it, 2 years ago when they announced that they were doing the adult dragon line. But I didn't expect them to have anything new. A lot of the stuff that they have is already like available for seeing on pretty much every website, so no issue with me. All right, I think these guys are done. I kind of like the way that they look, and I don't want to do anything more, because if I do, I will just mess them up. Except maybe some stone coloration on the back here. But yeah, they obviously have that life-size mimic coming out, which they announced a couple days ago, I think, or a couple weeks ago. I don't remember. What was I gonna do? Oh, stone. And then they apparently also have a life-size owlbear cub. But again, those aren't really minis. The next set that's coming out for WizKids for D&D, I am excited about, because it's sand and stone, which means we're gonna get a lot of like desert-based creatures, which is something we don't have a lot of, which is nice. But yeah, that's where my brain's at, because I keep doing reviews. My Dragonlance video is up. I did a review on that. That one's a little shorter though, because you only get
You only get 6 small boxes and 1 large box. So instead of the typical 8, and there were a lot of duplicates, which is 100% fine because a lot of the minis in that one are gorgeous. They're just really pretty. I'm gonna get some more paint on Treant. Just the base. Need to get some color in the, even though it's going to be blocked and based, I'd like to have a base color on the underneath that it matches what I want. So like with this, it's going to be like dirt, so it's a green brown. Everything else that has a different color already has its color on it. I just want to make sure I get the color on this before I get into it proper. This is going on the website as well. These seem to be somewhat popular. I've already sold 2 of them. So I'm going to be painting more. And then I have a bigger one, bigger mini that I'll paint, probably regardless of whether or not we reach that community goal. But if we reach the community goal, then I will let you guys decide what I paint, as long as I have access to it. Yeah, like I was talking about earlier, I'm getting new paints in. I'm upgrading the painting station, but Army Painter also released that they were doing another speed paint mega set, and Honey got that for me. So as soon as they ship those out, I will have a whole slew of new paints I can do stuff with, which I'm super excited about. Alright, there's color on that. What time is it? We got 15 minutes. Whew. Figure out what I'm going to do with that 15 minutes. Let's see. I guess I can get the rest of the base and the quest too. Oh! Yeah, it's a brush rinser, so it's got like little rivets in this, and I brush it. I actually just picked up a new, there was a Kickstarter that was doing paint cups that I backed, and they've got a little scrubby brush on the bottom. But I bought this up, I got this from Green Stuff World because it, you can rub your brush in it and then you click it down and the water drains. So exactly what you said. And it says brush rinser on it, but it's also good because I use this to kind of keep brushes upright when they are drying. Even though technically speaking, I guess you're supposed to put the bristles up. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but according to Winsor Newton, that's what you're supposed to do. The speed paints are awesome. I can't recommend them enough because they do a bunch of jobs at once. And if you're looking for a literal speedy way to get a mini done, if you're not looking for like 100% great detail, the speed paint with a little bit of a dry brush is like great, which is technically speaking what I do for most of mine. But I do a little bit of extra work to kind of bring out some detail. But I love them. And the set that they originally had, I think, was like just a tester group where they're like, we're going to see how people enjoy these. And the new set that they have coming out has like 48 new colors, which I'm super excited about because they have a lot of odd colors in them, which is fun. Colors you wouldn't normally see, like magentas and stuff like that. But as you can see, like I primed this and basically just went over it with a bit of speed paint, and it pools really nicely in the cracks. So it kind of shades and colors at the same time. And much like washes, the more you put on, the more the more contrast you're going to have. I just prefer doing a thin coat for the bases, because like I said, I am going to base and flock them, so making sure that they have some color underneath is always important. But the original set that they had it's got a lot of good colors in it, and you can get the whole set. It is a little expensive, but in my opinion, in the long run, it's going to be worth it. You're just going to save yourself a lot of headache down the road if you pick up like the set of these when it comes to painting, because it's really made it so that I don't have to use as much wash in certain areas, which is beneficial because the washes that I like are expensive, more expensive than the speed paints are. So but like the Treant that I showed you literally just has the prime that I did on it with my airbrush and then some speed paint on it. That's it. Base is done. That base is done. Yeah, the speed paints are really, really, really good. Like I said, I literally can't recommend them enough because they're really, really nice. But they're also, although they are a bit expensive, they are the cheapest, at least to my knowledge, choice on the market. So and I wipe them out of these because if I don't, it'll cake up underneath and they reactivate when you put the paint back in them, so it just ends up bleeding into the next color that I use. Alright, I think that's going to be it for tonight. I want to save some work for Thursday. Finish this guy up, which is really nice. Hopefully I'll use more of the paint that's on there, but that will remain to be seen. Liking the way that this looks.
which is good. And this one, they both look really decent. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, me too. I'm glad that you were able to stop by and hang out. I miss seeing your guys' faces and stream and chatting. I've just been so busy recently that I just haven't had a chance. Like, I've been canceling because I just need a break. And I've been sick on top of it, so it's just been like a lot. But I'm glad to get back into it and be able to hang out and talk and see how things are going, even if it is a bit hectic with children. But yeah, it's fun. And I'm definitely glad that I got to do it. All right, where's there you are. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my little outro spiel, and then good to go. All right, one, if you aren't already following the channel, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing or donate to our fundraiser for Planned Parenthood. Don't forget that you can subscribe to one Twitch account for free each month with a Twitch Prime subscription. Just have to renew it each month. We'd appreciate if that was us. In addition, if you want to follow us on our socials, you can do so at StreamOfMT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, or you can follow me, myself, and I at Wheeler's Minis on pretty much everything. Check out what's in stock right now. I got some stuff that just recently dropped in the store at wheelersminis.com. And if you aren't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. I would appreciate it. It's awesome, and I post the VODs for this and do some extra content. So I hope you guys have a great night. Izzy, thank you for joining. Billy, if you're still there and in the background, I really appreciate you coming by and stopping by. I'm glad we all got to chat a little bit. But I'll see you all on today's Tuesday. Yes? I think today's Tuesday. Could be wrong. Today's Tuesday. I'll see you all on Thursday for more mini painting. Good night.